Today is day 7 of the 75 soft challenge, which is the modified version of the 75 hard. And I want to talk about the experience of the last 7 days, how I felt during all the rules and keeping them strictly, making sure that within the 24 hours I'd have done the 5 non-negotiable rules. So rule number 1 is to drink 2 liters of this every single day. This is 1 liter, and I only need to drink 2 of tap water, and that would be rule 1 kept. I have been drinking this for the last 6 days, and my experience is that of discomfort. I have had to go to the toilet numerous times, and my bladder just feels like it's just pushing liquid every time, and feels like I've over-cleansed my kidneys already. But I do feel great, I feel revitalized, and I even feel my skin feeling a bit more hydrated. Yeah, but I'm not used to it. I drink all kinds of liquids except for the pure water. So this one's not too bad, other than I need to make sure I drink most of this before closing to sleep time, because I get so uncomfortable then when I sleep. So yeah, rule 1 kept. So for the second rule, it's to read 10 pages. And for me, I've modified it to just simply stick to my Bible reading plan. And for the last week or so and prior days, I've been reading the Gospel of John, the first 7 chapters. And it has been good. And I was able to stick with it so far every single day. And on top of that, I've been reading my books in relation to my PhD as well. So that contributes to the pages. But I just love to get my 7 chapters of the Gospel of John for this month. And what I found is that even though I'm reading the same content every single day, I'm able to discover new details. And yeah, I thought I'd know them, but I learn new things. So I also pray so that not only do I get the knowledge in my mind, but I apply them to my heart and life as well. So this has been okay, and there have been occasions where I had to do some sprint and just to finish off the last chapters, just so I could, do them before midnight. And the trick really is to get a couple of chapters in early in the day, and so you get 3 chapters in, and then you pick up the latter half later on. So yeah, that's reading, and not too bad. Repetition is key for learning. So for the next rule, it's to have 10,000 steps in a day, which is pretty standard, pretty average, everybody's doing it. But today is a little bit challenging because I'm a bit behind, so I need to get going on my steps. But over the weekend, my wife and I were serving at a children's camp, volunteering. And there's no problem reaching the steps there because you're running with the kids and you're walking all day long. And so those days were easier. But today, since we've come back, I've just been lounging so far. And I need to get my steps going. It's a lovely day, so maybe I'll go for a walk and run around. Doing the steps has been really good for my mobility, especially when I have to do knee raises or jumping jacks or any kind of light cardio activity. And yeah, I feel like my ankles have gotten stronger. My calves certainly feels like it's been working. But generally, walking around is just fine. The Fitbit really helps in monitoring my progress, and I like to see the fireworks when it reaches 10K before the day is out. I'm able to be outdoors. Fast forward to the evening, this is how I get my steps in. I'm able to just go out for a walk. Normally I'd go with my wife, we'd do it together, but she's minding the kids at home. And it's just lovely to be outdoors and hear nature, the birds, the waves crashing against the rocks. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's very tranquil. And going for a walk isn't just getting your steps in and taking a metric. For us, it's almost a time to reflect, either by yourself or together. Reflect on life, reflect on your purpose. I tend to reflect on my own usefulness and effectiveness. And that's why I'm just conscious and conscientious about who I am and what am I to do, you know, as a husband, as a parent, as someone who's useful to people. And it's also great to record here when no one's around. Normally there'd be people walking around here, but not at this time. And the sun is out, which is nice. This behind me is the Atlantic, and 5,000 miles over that direction is New York, I think, or whatever, the East Coast. The tide is coming in, 3,000 more steps and I'll reach my goal. So I'll just walk and talk for a little bit while you see the waves do its thing. We do have a walking treadmill at home, but I lost the remote for it, so we can't even turn it on. But thank goodness it's not raining. The sun is coming down, there's no sunset. For this next rule, it's to do an exercise routine, a workout, which I have about 5 sets or 5 exercises, 3 sets, that just has enough reps to push and to promote muscle growth and get that progressive overload. And so I've been endeavoring to increase the weights, especially in my bench presses, which really helps, but sometimes I just do sets of push-ups. This one's okay, I quite enjoy this one. I feel like I'm getting stronger, especially with the deadlifts and the rows. I feel like I've gained some muscle, couple that with my protein intake. And yeah, I feel stronger. I know it's only been 7 days, but I have been working out on and off semi-regularly. But this challenge is difficult. For me, the main thing is to avoid injury and to make sure that I warm up sufficiently and not pull any muscle or tendon or ligament, and just be careful, know my limits. I enjoy it. It's so good as well to have some equipment at home because I don't need to subscribe to any gym membership, which costs quite significantly, and I'd have to drive, a good 10-minute, 15-minute to the local gym, and will most likely be filled with people, especially during the times that it's available. For the final rule of this challenge is to stick to a diet. And I don't have one. I don't have a specific one other than to be in a caloric deficit of my set limit, which is about 1,800 calories. And this looked good. So I had one this morning. This offset me back about 240. But it was worth it. Now I just have to take that somewhere else, maybe reduce portion or no more snacks for the day. I do count the calories burned. I track the calories using an app called NutriCheck. I input every single item that comes into my mouth, and yeah, that's how I'm able to track it. It also counts the 10,000 steps calories, and so I'm able to offset some of that and kind of negotiate with my body to see whether I can take in more, but I'm trying to be strict to be within the 1,800 for sure daily. and that already counts the protein as well that I take. But that helps because that helps with my hunger levels when there's a very high satiety food, like good chicken breast, it helps. And I don't feel like I'm craving snacks. But this one, this got me by surprise. My wife went in the groceries and she got this, and yeah, I succumbed and I said, look, I count it, and maybe I'll just offset that later. And so that concludes my first week of this soft challenge. Today's the 7th day since we started officially, and I feel like I can get into the swing of things. I know it will get difficult one of these days when I'm going to feel super lethargic and not up for it, especially the walks and the workouts, and especially when I'm just on the couch and the treats are staring me, and I'll probably give in. But I don't want to give in because that will reset the challenge. And part of me is conflicting between having to achieve this. My OCD won't let me, but at the same time, it's the other side as well of my desire. So I hope I'll be able to continue this for the next couple more weeks, about 10 weeks of this. And it helped me to become more disciplined than ever to do this. It gets me going and forces me to be accountable. I'm enjoying it so far, and this might end up being a weekly vlog series of this challenge, and you can follow me along and see how I get on. It's pretty much a boring and mundane, same old, but repetition is the thing that solidifies habits and build discipline, and your body and your mental capacity and your consistency will all be the product as a result of this system. I'll just see you in the next one, and hopefully I'll have not broken the rules. Until then.